this is where it all started. The Brewster Projects. My grandmother and my granddad raised my mom, my auntie, and my uncles down here. And then once they had me and my cousins, we were raised down here. Then we soon moved to the digs. I do believe that it does take a village to raise a child. I do believe that you are a product of your environment. Just over the years, I've known plenty OGs that done came from my hood. I know plenty money that was got through here. All type of greatness, you might as well say, came from my hood. And I do look up to certain people that was from my hood that's still alive and dead. A lot of people don't know that we grew up like hood rich. You know, me and my sisters. My mom always was like a hustler. That's where I got it from. My grandmother was a special ed school teacher. My granddad drove a garbage truck for the city. So we always had like the best and the nice of things. You know, always went to school dressed nice, was always in like, you know, the popular in crowd. Never wanted for anything. I just chose the life, you know, the path that I chose to go down. So yeah, with that said, I just wanted to come down here in my hood and reflect just on my childhood, you know. Like I said, everything that I've been through, everything that I learned, you know, had something to do with my hood and, you know, where I grew up at down here. So I respect it. And I appreciate it. I appreciate my hood. I appreciate it. Yeah. I just know growing up, you know, in my hood, seeing a lot of stuff, watching certain things, I just know that I always wanted some money. You know, I knew I wasn't going to be broke. You know what I'm saying? And just growing up around hustlers. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, you know, and just gotta deal with it. I have no regrets though. I have no regrets about my childhood or how I grew up or how my life went, me going to prison, me whatever happened in my life. Like, I don't regret it. I embrace it. Growing up, I was a tomboy. Always rode with like the boys in the hood, you know. Always wanted to like get in a stolen car, smoke weed, you know, do a little shit like that. Like, I never was like the girly girl type. I was always the type that was on the edge all the time, you know. For sure, I always had to have me some money. So that's like the most ultimate main point here. I was never broke, so no matter what, you know, what it was. I remember when I first jumped off the porch, like on some serious shit. I had to be like 19, and I was fucking with this dude at the time, older. I always liked the older men, and he was a big dope boy back then. So I remember him saying, I'm gonna need you to shoot this move for me. I like the way you drive, I'm gonna need you to shoot this move for me. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not really thinking nothing of it. I'm not naive either though. So after he told me that, probably like a week later, he like, I need you to go rent this car. So I'm like, okay, I rented the car, did all this. So he like, this what you gonna do? He like, I'm about to put something in the trunk. Everything gonna be secure. It's gonna be good. And I need you to drive it. And when you get there, you know, you gonna meet my people and everything gonna be good. I'm like, okay, you know, whatever. So, but I'm so like, okay, young, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm down with my nigga and whatever. So I get on the highway, you know, I get on there, I did it. So it's like, you couldn't tell me shit though. Like after that, it was like, shit, I was so addicted to it. I'm like, shit, when I'm going back, I need to go back. And then the money, he was paying me my own money, like good money. He wasn't like penny pinching me on no bullshit. Yeah, and that shit was crazy. But that was my first like real initial introduction to like some street shit, really seeing like some real money, really seeing like some shit. That was, yeah. So yeah, from there on, I was addicted to that shit. So it was a certain lifestyle that I had to have, and it was a certain type of nigga that I had to have. And a lot of people used to think like, oh, she thinks she the shit, she thinks she bad. But no, I didn't think that I was better, or it wasn't that, oh, because he has a job, you don't want to be with him. Like, no, it was just a certain type of nigga that I would have to fuck with, or it just wasn't gonna be right. Like, even to this day, it's a certain type that I have to deal with. Not saying that he has to be a drug dealer or something like that, no. Then let me take it back. I really jumped off the porch boosting, but I don't really call that like really detrimental to the shit that I was doing, you know, after that. But boosting was my initial hustle that really like made me my first thousands in my pocket, like literally. And I got that from my mom, of course, growing up, you know, watching her and her friends go to the stores boost. And shit, after I had my first child, which is 18, at the time I was 17, they told me, you had this baby, you cut off, you through. So you can't tell no 17-year-old that, you know what I'm saying, used to being fresh, used to having shit, oh, you cut off or you have a baby, da-da-da. So they showed me the first Christmas, everybody else had a good Christmas, the baby had a good Christmas but me. So shit, I started going to the stores, started taking little stuff in diaper bags, started off little in motherfucking purses, putting stuff in strollers. Then I got caught. I'm like, oh, okay, I got something for these bitches now. Then I elevated shit. I just started running in them bitches, pulling up to the motherfucking door, running out with they shit, filling up garbage bags, running out with they shit. Didn't give a fuck, macing they motherfucking ass. Cause at that point I feel like, bitch, I had to have it, my bills gotta be paid, and me and my kids need it. And I had to stay fresh. Cause my mom and them had fucked us up my whole life with material shit. So how the fuck you gonna tell the 17-year-old not shit? I was still fresh then and to this day. I don't want to play with them people. Yeah, like I had some good boosting days, and I didn't went boosting with the most notorious, coldest, baddest boosters in the city of Detroit, period, hands down. I'm talking about like Meeks, good shit, not that old Kmart, Meyer, Walmart ass bullshit. Like hitting real big licks, like that shit crazy. That shit was crazy. But like I said, that was just, you know, something under my belt that made me the woman I am today. You know, it is what it is. And that was when that was my hustle for a minute, for a long time. Because like I said, I like to stay fresh. I like to keep the kids fresh, and then I like money. So that was it for a minute.